Hello everyone, so this is GS Mains paper 2, December 2017, part 5, right? And this is the second last part. After that we'll have one more part and then we'll be done for GS Mains paper 2, December 2017. So we have done up until 20 topics, right? So the 21st topic is diphtheria and its resurgence, right? The thing is, what you have to understand, there are certain aspects which is important from mains and there are certain aspects which are important from prelims point of view. So let's discuss both of them. See, first of all, who causes it? That is important from prelims point of view. So it is caused by a bacterium, and that bacterium name is not important because UPSC is not going to ask it. But even then, I will tell you the bacterium name is sorry, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, right? And it is a highly infectious disease, and it is also called the strangling angel, right? Especially affects the children, right? Before 1940s, excuse me, before 1940s, millions of children died across the world, right? But as vaccination rates and sanitation improved, incident drops everywhere, right? All these kind of incidents dropped everywhere, right? Yet even in that scenario, even though we have now vaccination, we have sanitations, right? Improved sanitation, right? Even then, India continues to be a world leader in diphtheria today with 330 cases and 177 deaths reported in 2016. These figures may sound very small to you, but believe me, each life has its own importance, right? And in other countries, even these amount of lives are not lost, right? So we had 177 deaths in 2016 related to diphtheria and 330 cases, right? Now, why these amount of deaths should not be happening? There's a reason behind it. See, under Universal Immunization Program, that is UIP, all children below 1 year of age are supposed to get 3 doses of DTPs. What is DTP? Diphtheria, tetanus and pertussis vaccine, followed by 2 booster doses between 1 to 2 years and 5 to 6 years, right? Now, let's talk each the topic one by one. What is UIP? Universal Immunization Program. What is it? So it was a vaccination program which was started in 1985 by Government of India. Now the thing is, right now, it is one of the key areas under NRHM, that is National Rural Health Mission. Now, and what does it do? So it provides vaccination for 12 diseases. So we have talked about 3 diseases right now. Your work is to find out the other 9 diseases, and remember it again, it becomes important from prelims point of view. So 3 diseases which are covered under 12 diseases in total are covered. 12 diseases vaccination are provided by UIP. 3 of them are DTP, right? Now, what about this tetanus and pertussis? What are they? They are viral disease, bacterial disease, or what? See, all these 3 are bacterial disease, right? They are caused by bacteria. No need of remembering the name of the specific bacteria. Even if you want to remember, you will always see that it is somewhere or the other related to the name of tetanus or pertussis. That's how they have got their name, right? So no need of remembering the exact species of bacteria. Just remember these are bacterial diseases, right? So we have seen that in UIP is covering all these 3, right? But even then, what is happening? The coverage of these 3 primary doses are inadequate at 80% across the country, right? So it is not adequate. Why? Because we don't have sufficient healthcare facilities. See, during 1990s, an epidemic swept across former Soviet Union, making 1,57,000 people ill and killing 5,000 in 8 years. So the thing is, what is the moral story? Why we are talking about an epidemic in Soviet Union? Why? Because this thing makes us, reminds us that better vaccination is need of the hour to prevent occurrence of such epidemic in India. So I hope now everything is clear, like what is diphtheria, who causes it, and what is DTP vaccine, what is UIP, and what are the 12 diseases of UIP. That is your work. Try to remember it. Even if you forget 1 or 2, doesn't matter, but try to remember it. It is in Hindu, so there is a probability that UPSC can ask it, right? Okay, now let's talk about the 22nd topic of December 2017 of GS Mains paper 2, that is government's advisory on telecast of condom advertisements. Can be kept under topic 10 government policies and topic 12 issues related to health and education. See, so government has government advisories on telecast of condom advertisements. What is that advisory? That government has banned indecent or inappropriate condom advertisements between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. right? And this is questionable on many counts. And you can since you are preparing for UPSC, you must have guessed how it can be questioned. What is indecent? What is inappropriate? Don't you think these are ambiguous words? Don't you think it is reminding people of Section 66A of IT Act? These are ambiguous words, dude. It doesn't mean anything. What is indecent for me, maybe it is appropriate for you. What is inappropriate for you, maybe it is decent for me, right? So there's no fixed definition, right? So governments First of all, it's fine. See, it's not like we are reading Hindu, so it should not be like we should always be criticizing government. We have to write the positive point. So what is the positive point? So the government decision must be applauded to grant what they have done. They have not banned all advertisements. So they have granted a safe harbor to advertisements which it considers indecent. Now, instead of banning them altogether, so they have not banned all the advertisements. They have only banned those which are indecent, and that too within a particular time frame. But there are buts. What are those buts? So, however, the manner in which advisory has been drafted is far too broad, right? Ambiguity is too much. So again, let's discuss that. Let's discuss the ambiguity. So what may be funny or informative for one may be obscene or distasteful for others, right? Word inappropriate used in ministry's advisory even more vague than the word indecent, right? Also, there is a fatal mistake of bracketing all children into same conceptual category, right? Why? Because what is suitable for viewing by 17-year-old boy may not be appropriate for 3-year-old girl, right? So there are too many lacunas, or what do you say? Too many ambiguities, right? Just remember the word ambiguity. Indecent, inappropriate doesn't mean anything. Further, if you talk in terms of law, right? Very, very means broad. So we have talked about this. Further, it is human nature which is responsible for our sexual impulse, not condom advertisement, right? And so the thing is, so now we are talking about what are the demerits. So one demerit is, it is human nature which leads us to, or which causes our sexual impulse, not condom advertisement. Although you can argue that condom advertisement to a certain degree aggravate those sexual impulses. Again, we are not going to have those discussions. So we are not talking about the demerits. So first was that human nature causes it. Second, advertisement of fizzy drinks much more harmful, right? So right now, if government has to ban something, government has to ban these cold drinks, these aerated drinks. Those are much more harmful, right? Ban the consumption or ban the advertisements on alcohol, right? So why you are not doing that? So that is the need of the hour, right? Also, government must not forget that condoms can help prevent unplanned pregnancies and restrict the spread of sexually transmitted, sometimes life-threatening diseases, right? So there are multiple benefits. So government has to take care of all those things, right? But then again, there is you can always counter that government has not banned all condom advertisement, right? And I can counterpoint that inappropriate and indecent are two ambiguous words, right? Now let's talk about intellectual partitioning of India and Pakistan. So intellectual partition of India and Pakistan does no benefit to either country, right? And there is an increase of trade between India and Pakistan. And what is that increase of trade? That is of trading fire at the LOC. So that is the only increased trade. That is of trading fire. And India has long opposed third-party intervention. See, India always says that this is a bilateral issue, it should be resolved bilaterally. But what is happening? So India has long opposed third-party interventions, but lack of dialogue is imposing just that, with every dispute between two countries now being taken up at global forums. UN, Financial Action Task Force, ICZ, World Bank for Indus Water Treaty. We went to World Bank for Indus Water Treaty. We went to ICZ for Kulbhushan Jadhav case. So time and again we are going there, and then we are saying that we need bilateral resolution, right? So we are not doing that. What we have opposed, that is exactly happening right now. And because of this, what is happening? There's a coalition arc which is being drawn in Afghanistan. US, India and Afghanistan is on one side, and Russia, China, Iran, Pakistan and Taliban is on other. And here we need to be very careful that we don't get too isolated, or we don't get too far away from Russia, because Russia is an all-time friend of India, right? All-weather friend, right? So we have to take care of that. So, and again, China, this is not the only thing that a coalition arc is being formed in Afghanistan, right? India and Russia are on opposite end of the spectrum. There's another thing. What is that thing? That China is taking advantage of India-Pakistan discord by making inroads into Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives. So, and what is happening because of this? Because of this, it is undermining India's standing as a regional leader, right? So again, in a world where connectivity is a new currency and multiple alignments are replacing polar geopolitics, it is hard to justify the disconnected space that New Delhi and Islamabad are hurtling into. In that respect, now you must have heard that our national security advisor and other people were talking in a third country, right? Because of the whatever was happening between India and Pakistan. So that is a welcome move, right? We'll talk more about that in January, right? Fine. Again, this is fine, but now let's talk about Pakistan a little bit, right? Because that is also important. Why? Because what is the reason why Pakistan is like right now? You must have seen that, you must have heard that Trump has imposed sanctions on Pakistan, and it has, what do you say? It has suspended whatever in monetary incentives or whatever the US was providing it, right? But the thing is, you have to understand that what happens, what Pakistan does, Pakistan always presents its situations akin to someone who says that I will kill myself, right? And that is the whole thing. So it's like a situation of a person who is holding gun to its head and saying I will kill myself. Why? Because there is always a fear of radical elements taking over that particular country, that is Pakistan, and this particular thing and this particular fear has only prevented US from taking drastic steps against Pakistan, right? So, and again, one more thing we have to realize regarding Pakistan, that Pakistan is a country of 200 million, right? And it is nuclearly armed, and it is nuclear armed, and it is strategically located. US needs it for Afghanistan, right? So there's no external power can change it, can bring me much change in Pakistan, and change has to come from within only, right? It has a population of 200 million, it is nuclear armed, right? It is strategically located. All these three things make Pakistan, what you can say, it empowers Pakistan, that nobody from outside can change it, however powerful they are, right? Even if it is USA, right? So that is the whole thing. So we have to understand that, right? And that's why we have to don't always push US to do something with Pakistan or something like that, right? Nobody can change Pakistan up to a certain point. Beyond a certain point, you can say that, right? Fine. Okay, now let's talk about some one-liners. Okay, now the first one-liner is India, US and Israel. Now the thing is, India can be great friends with US and Israel and still disagree with them on certain issues. India disagreed regarding this Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. So India vetoed, means India, what do you say? India voted against it, right? So that raised the question that whether we are a true friend of Israel or not. See, the thing is, we can always have disagreement, right? Just like two friends have disagreements, so we can also have disagreements. And it's not like we have only done this. US has also done something. We will talk what. So the thing is, if we want to become a leading power, right, so we cannot become by declaring unquestioning allegiance to anyone, right? We cannot do that, right? It's not like, yes, whatever you say, yes sir mentality will not make us a superpower, right? And it's not like we have only done this. US also supported UK against India for ICZ seats, right? Our justice has got, one of our Indian judges has become a judge at ICZ now. In that case, US has supported UK, right? It didn't support India. So again, it's what do you say? It's like a game of chess, right? You have to take care of each and every maneuver, and you cannot agree with your partner all the time, right? So that is the whole thing. Okay, now let's talk about the other topic, that is per capita availability of water. Now this is a database topic. Just remember it will help you in writing any issue related to social sector. So what has happened? Per capita availability of water in India dropped from 6,042 cubic meters in 1947 to about 1,545 cubic meter in 2011. Even if you don't remember the data, just remember that per capita availability of water has reduced to 1/4 to what it was in 1947. In 1947, it was around 6,000 cubic meter. Now it has reduced to 1,545 cubic meter, which is a worrying sign, right? Fine. Now, let's talk about one more thing, that is Doklam crisis importance. What is the importance of Doklam crisis for China, and what is the importance of Doklam crisis for India? So Doklam crisis was as much about China asserting itself vis-a-vis India as well as Bhutan, as it was about New Delhi's determination not to cede any more ground to China. So China was asserting itself that it is a power, or it is, what is it? It is a power not only in South China Sea but even in this area, right? But now, what was the importance of Doklam crisis for India? But that India wanted to show that it will not cede any more ground to China, and India wanted to show to China that it is not an India of 1962. It has changed drastically, and it is much more powerful now. Fine. Okay. Now the other one liner was Arunachal Pradesh ODF state now. So Arunachal Pradesh has become the new ODF state, open defecation free state. The other 5 states are Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand and Haryana. Whenever you see these kind of news, you always see that it has been declared ODF free state under Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. You must be thinking that what is the status under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, right? Excuse me. So the thing is, in urban areas, open defecation is not that big a issue, right? The open defecation is a phenomena which is more prevalent in rural areas. That's why you always see the status under Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. And Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin is under which ministry? Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Remember it. Generally, you will feel that it is rural, so it must be under Ministry of Rural Development. No, it is under Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Very, very important from Prudence point of view. Fine. So we have now 6 ODF states, right? What are those? Arunachal Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand and Haryana. Fine. Okay, so this was all. This is the 5th part, and there will be one more part, and then we will be done for GS Mains Paper 2 December. Thank you.